Jess is going to go to the podium and make like opening remarks. So when you see somebody walk up to the podium, like you stand there waiting, make opening remarks. All right, wait for your song to end. They'll make a remark. When she's done like opening up the ceremonies, that's your cue to play. Okay. Okay. Works for me. Thank you, sir. Thank you. One, two, ready, go.
BC3. Okay? You good, Fred? Yeah, I don't want until 2, 3. Ready? I'll just start it.
Good evening. And welcome to Butler County Community College. I'm Jessica Matnock, Executive Director of Communications and Marketing. And on behalf of the entire BC3 community, thank you for joining us to celebrate our graduates at this special milestone, our 58th annual commencement. Before we begin, a few brief notes to help you enjoy the ceremony. The ceremony will last approximately 1 hour to 40 minutes. Each graduate's name will be announced as they cross the stage. Large screens on either side of the stage will provide a clear view. Please refrain from using flash photography during the ceremony. A professional photographer from Grad Images will capture each graduate as they cross the stage. Photos will be available for purchase following the event. The ceremony is being live streamed. A link is available on bc3.edu. At the conclusion of the ceremony, please keep the rear walkway clear to allow graduates to exit the field house safely. You're invited to continue the celebration in Founders Hall, where you'll find music, refreshments, and photo opportunities, and a special gift for graduates from the BC3 Alumni Association. Thank you for being here to celebrate the achievements of the class of 2026. The ceremony will begin momentarily.
the 58th commencement exercises begin, will you please rise and join Deanna Golden in the singing?
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ringing, the bombs bursting in air, give proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Please be seated. Good evening. I would like to take this opportunity to present the members of the platform. Please hold your applause until everyone is introduced. On the stage with me in the front row, starting from my left, Mr. Jake Friel, Vice President for Administration and Finance. The Honorable Joseph Cubitt, Chairman of the BC3 Board of Trustees and BC3 Distinguished Alumni. The Honorable Kimberly Geyer, Butler County Commissioner, member of the BC3 Board of Trustees and a BC3 Distinguished Alumni. Mr. Aaron Schlott, Faculty Organization President. Dr. Belinda Richardson, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs. Dr. Josh Novak, Vice President for Student Affairs and Enrollment Management. Mr. Greg Baer, Keynote Speaker and Executive Director of the Grable Foundation. Ms. Taylor Volok, Student Speaker. Ms. Gina Rhodes, Student Alumni Speaker. Dr. Bruce Russell, BC3 Board of Trustees. And in the back row, starting from my left, Ms. Deanna Golden, vocalist. Ms. Jennifer Pooler, BC3 Board of Trustees. Mr. Joe Taylor, BC3 Board of Trustees. Mr. Opportunity Compliance Officer and BC3 alumni. Mr. Brian McCafferty, BC3 Board of Trustees. Mr. Scott McDowell, BC3 Board of Trustees. And finally, the empty chair to my far left. Before we begin our celebration, I invite you to join me in a moment of reflection. Let us each take this time to reflect in our own way, whether through quiet gratitude, personal intention, or prayer, for the journey that has brought us here today. We remember those who have supported us, the challenges overcome, and the lives that have touched ours. We also hold close in our hearts any loved ones who could not be with us today in presence. Please join me in this moment of peace, of honor, and in hope for our future. And now we begin. Good evening, graduates, distinguished guests, families, friends, members of the Board of Trustees, faculty, staff, and dear members of our community. What a privilege it is before you to stand here for BC3's 60th anniversary and the 58th commencement of Butler County Community College. And what a remarkable class we honor. Among you are 488 graduates, and that's the highest graduates we've had since 2022. You range from age 17 to 63. Some of you are earning your first degree, some your second, and some even your third. And many of you, I'd venture to say most of you, have balanced school with jobs, children, military service, caregiving responsibilities, and countless other commitments. And together, quite impressively, 82% of you are walking across this stage debt-free. That is not just a statistic, that is a promise fulfilled. A promise that high quality, high impact, affordable education is not only possible, but that it is happening right here at BC3. But what makes BC3 special is not only access, it is belonging. For 60 years, this college has opened its doors to students from all walks of life with one simple but powerful belief. Everyone deserves the chance to learn, grow, and belong. Some of you arrived here confident in your path. Others arrived uncertain whether college was even a place for you. Some of you came straight from high school. Others returned years later, carrying your life experience, setbacks, responsibilities, but always your courage. And tonight is proof that you belonged here all along. Since assuming the role of the president a couple years ago, I have had the privilege of connecting with BC3's second president. So I'm the 9th president, I've connected with the second president. His name is Dr. Tom Tenhove. He led the college from 1970 to 1985, and he lives in Michigan now. Dr. Tenhove has showed such kindness to me since I've taken over this position. He either calls me or emails me before every single semester, telling me he's thinking of me, praying for me, and wishing me well. A couple of weeks ago, I received an unexpected package from him in the mail. I hadn't received a package from him before. And I opened it, and he had generously shared with me a stack of memos and reflections that he had written during his time as president at BC3, and he thought that it would be special for me to have those during BC3's 60th anniversary year. So I spent some time reading through them, and I was struck by something that I want to share with you. While technology has changed, while higher education surely has changed, and while the world itself has changed dramatically, what I saw through those notes and memos is that the hopes, fears, dreams, and needs of students, of humankind, and of the human condition remain the same. I'm going to share something from an excerpt from one of those memos from December of 1970. President Tenhove wrote, "The doors of the community college must never be closed to anyone who can learn what it teaches. We must take the student where he or she is and carry them as far as they can go within the assigned function of our institution. Butler County Community College is here to serve the most important resource of our county, its people." More than 50 years later, and upon our 60th anniversary, that spirit still defines BC3. How special is that? Tonight, we also pause to recognize those who helped shape this institution and strengthen its mission over the years, including those who are with us in spirit tonight. In particular, we honor BC3 trustee Glenn Miller, who passed away this past January, and whose commitment to BC3 and to our students helped make this college stronger. After graduating from BC3, Glenn served the college his entire adult life as a founding member of the Alumni Association and as a trustee for nearly 30 years. Glenn represented the very best of this institution and the best of humanity. dedication, humility, service, and a deep belief in the importance of community. And nothing could capture this more than this picture of Trustee Miller, who is up on the screen here from graduation a few years ago. Just take a look at that for a minute. How dear that picture is. There is something so humble, so gentle, and so deeply respectful about this photograph. Glenn met people where they were, he saw them fully, treated them with dignity, and made them feel valued. That photograph captures not only a moment, but the kind of person that Glenn was and the kind of spirit he brought to this college every single day. And it reminds us that the true impact of education is measured in the lives we touch, the opportunities we create, and the communities we help strengthen. And that is exactly what each of you now have the opportunity to do. Graduates, you are ready. You are ready to be nurses, teachers, entrepreneurs, business leaders, first responders, caregivers, community builders. You're ready to transfer, you're ready to lead, you're ready to go right into the workforce. You're ready to do all of those things. And I have no doubt you will go on to do the big things. But tonight I want to encourage you not to forget to do the small things too. The acts of kindness, compassion, courage, and humanity that often matter the most. The world certainly needs ambitious people, but it also needs good people. And if there's one thing I hope you carry with you from BC3, it is this. Every person deserves the opportunity to succeed, but even more than that, every person deserves dignity, compassion, and the chance to belong. Wherever life takes you, I hope you live boldly, love deeply, and remain courageous in your spirit and in your heart. And as President Tenhove wrote once to BC3 students back in 1978 when they were graduating, whatever you do, wherever you go, your days on the Oak Hills frontier will serve as a guide for your uncharted life ahead. Congratulations, class of 2026. We are so proud of you.
Good evening, graduates, President Koval, fellow trustees, distinguished guests, faculty, administration and staff, family members, and friends of our 2026 graduating class. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I'm delighted to welcome all of you to this most joyous occasion. We are gathered here today to celebrate another milestone in the lives of our graduates. This is indeed a moment that they have been waiting for. They're to be commended for the hard work and the perseverance which they have devoted to their studies, entitling them to the degrees and certificates that will be conferred upon them. Friends and family, you are also to be commended for the roles you have played in helping our graduates to reach their goal. I recall 42 years ago standing at commencement over at Founders Hall, waiting for my name to be called to come up to receive my degree. Like yours, graduates, my life had been shaped by the amazing people that comprise this fine institution, an institution where students can get a great start on their post-secondary education, where un- or underemployed workers can be retrained for future success, or where students can receive an education and enter their chosen career, all without shouldering a large amount of student loan debt. Members of this graduating class, I challenge you to take the knowledge, the inspiration, the encouragement which you received here at BC3 into the world that lies before you and make a difference. Congratulations and good luck, class of 2026.
Good evening, President Koval, Board of Trustees, distinguished guests, family and friends, and most importantly, the BC3 class of 2026. On behalf of the BC3 faculty organization, it is my honor and privilege to stand before you tonight to celebrate this remarkable achievement. Graduates, today is your day. It represents the culmination of your hard work, perseverance, and determination. This is a moment that you have earned, and no one could ever take that away from you. As faculty, we've had the privilege of walking beside you during part of your journey. We remember seeing you enter our classrooms, sometimes nervous, sometimes uncertain, but always willing to take that first step forward towards something better. Today, we see you walk across this stage stronger, more prepared, and ready to embrace what comes next. The theme I want to share with you this evening is simple yet powerful. We're not guaranteed tomorrow, so we must make the best of today. At first, it may seem a little sobering, but I believe it's a call to live with purpose, urgency, and gratitude. Life is unpredictable. None of us can say with certainty what tomorrow will bring. We do know we have today, this very moment, and what we choose to do with it matters. Think about your time here at BC3. There were mornings when getting out of bed for class felt impossible. Evenings when assignments piled higher than you thought you could handle. Days when work, family, and school all collided, and you wondered if you could keep going. Yet you did. You showed up. You made the most of today. This is what you're sitting here tonight ready to graduate. Living for today doesn't mean living recklessly or without regard for the future. Instead, it means being intentional. It means recognizing opportunities when they appear and refusing to wait for someday to take action. It means speaking the words you've been holding back, choosing kindness when you had a chance, and stepping into challenges even when you feel uncertain. You may have heard the saying, yesterday's a history, tomorrow's a mystery, today's a gift, and that's why we call it the present. That simple truth holds wisdom for all of us. Yesterday is behind you, its lessons learned, victories already celebrated, and mistakes made. Tomorrow remains unknown, but today is in your hands. So what do you do with it? Graduates, you're here with knowledge, skills, and the power to make a difference. Some of you will become nurses, educators, business leaders, engineers, artists, radiologic technologists, and more. Some of you will transfer to continue your education, while others will step directly into the workforce. Your paths may differ, but all require the same mindset. Do not waste the time that you're given. If you have a dream, pursue it today. If you have forgiveness to offer, give it today. If you have an opportunity to serve, take it today. If there is someone you haven't called in a while, pick up the phone and call them today. Your diploma represents far more than credits and classes earned. It represents thousands of daily choices to persist, to show up, and to try again. That's the lesson we hope to carry forward. Greatness isn't found in the distant future. It's built day by day, choice by choice, and moment by moment. I'd be remiss if I didn't pause to thank those who made this day possible. To the parents, spouses, children, friends, and mentors, thank you. To the faculty and staff who taught, supported, and encouraged, thank you. None of us reaches a moment like this alone, and today belongs to you as well. Graduates, as you step out into the next chapter of your life, I encourage you to approach each day with courage and intention. The world needs your talents. It needs your compassion. It needs people who won't wait for tomorrow to make a difference, but who choose to act today. One day, years from now, you'll look back in your life, and you won't measure it by the number of tomorrows you plan for, but by the numbers of todays you live fully. So class of 2026, take what you've learned here at BC3, the friendships you've built, the challenges you've overcome, and the resilience you developed, and step boldly into today. Don't wait. Don't put it off. Live with purpose now. On behalf of the BC3 faculty organization, congratulations, graduates. May you live each day fully, and may your today build a life that makes you proud. Thank you.
Good evening, and welcome to the 58th commencement of the Commonwealth's consecutive #1 community college, Butler County Community College. I am Butler County Commissioner Kim Geyer, and on behalf of the Butler County Commissioners, I would like to welcome all distinguished guests, President Koval, administration, faculty, fellow trustees, staff, parents, grandparents, and most of all, graduating students. Being a 1984 graduate of BC3 myself, I can vividly recall the excitement of this day as a new journey begins and a new pathway, a life pathway, is forged. You will join a host of many other distinguished BC3 graduates and alumni in this quest who are doing amazing and meaningful things with their lives. Like you, they started with a solid academic foundation and with the love and support of family, faculty, and friends. We, the Butler County Commissioners, recognize BC3's value to the community and to the county at large. It's much more than an educational institution. It's also a driver of workforce development, a key player in economic growth, and a significant employer in the region. BC3 is a great source of great pride in our community, especially as we graduate another class of future leaders, as we are doing here this evening, full of great promise and potential. On behalf of the Butler County Commissioners, we hope your educational experience at BC3 has been a positive and life-changing one. Thank you to all of our administration, our faculty, staff, trustees, and parents who've had a hand in influencing the educational experience and special achievements of the graduates we honor here this evening. This evening is about new beginnings and new opportunities for our graduates. In this spirit, we applaud each one of our fine graduates and wish them much success and happiness. And we have every confidence that their time, talents, and skills will make a positive difference, not only in our community here in Butler County, but our world. Thank you.
Good evening, faculty, family, friends, and most importantly, the graduating class. First, I want to congratulate each and every one of you. We all came to BC3 with a goal in mind, to earn our degree and move on to the next chapter of our lives. But what we didn't expect was how we would be transformed along the way. Because that is exactly what the diploma we received today represents. It's not just a piece of paper with our names on it. It's proof of the people we have become. And that didn't happen overnight. It happened through long days, overpacked schedules, and moments where the weight on our shoulders felt too heavy to bear. But despite all of that, here we are. That perseverance is something BC3 is proud of, something our supporters should be proud of us for, something we should be proud of too. Often, when people hear the word pride, they think it's a bad thing, something that means being arrogant or thinking you're better than others. But that's not what pride really is. Believe me, I've met prideful people, but I've also met people who are just proud of what they have done. True pride is about recognizing your own growth. It's about being able to look at what you've been through, what you've overcome, and saying, I did that. And sometimes that's harder than it sounds, especially today with all of us being so caught up in the future. I don't know about all of you, but I am always thinking about what it's going to feel like sitting in my own school counseling office, buying my own house, and marrying Ryan Gosling, of course. While I think it's fun thinking about the future, I also think it's important that we don't lose sight of the present, that we don't shy away from being proud of what we have accomplished throughout our time here. Because what we've done wasn't easy, and it deserves to be recognized. We may be finishing this chapter, but what we've learned, what we've overcome, and who we've become doesn't stay here. It goes with us. As Fred Rogers once said, often when you think you're at the end of something, you're at the beginning of something else. And I think that's exactly what this moment is for all of us. A sad ending, but a beautiful beginning. So as we move forward, I hope we don't lose that sense of pride. I hope we carry it with us into whatever comes next. Whether you are unsure of your next steps, transferring to another institution, or going into the workforce, I truly hope you take time to reflect on all of your accomplishments. The idea is simple, taking time to acknowledge things we're proud of. And yet, I am sure none of us do it. So that's the challenge I want to leave with all of you. Take a moment each day to recognize some things you're proud of. And just to show that this is something worth doing, I'll start right now. First, I'm proud that I've made it through this much of my speech without passing out. Second, I'm proud of the incredible friendships that I have built here. And finally, I am very proud to be a pioneer. Now that last one better be one of your three. Congratulations, everyone.
Thank you, Taylor. We are pioneer proud of you and all of you this evening. It is now my great pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker for this evening, Mr. Greg Baer. Greg Baer, Executive Director of the Grable Foundation since 2006, is a father and children's advocate. For 2 decades, he has led Remake Learning, a network of educators, technologists, designers, and makers he founded in 2007 to international renown. Among the foremost examples of learning ecosystems, Remake Learning has turned heads everywhere, from the White House to the World Economic Forum, for its efforts to ignite children's curiosity, encourage creativity, and foster joy and belonging in schools, libraries, museums, and other sites of learning. In 2023, 100 named Mr. Baer as its Global Champion of the Year for inspiring learning innovation across continents. He is an advisor to the Brookings Institution, PBS Kids, and the Fred Rogers Institute, and has been honored by the White House, the Disruptor Foundation, ISTE, and AASA with national awards as an innovator and thought leader in education and policy leadership. Greg holds degrees from the University of Notre Dame and Duke University, as well as honorary degrees from St. Vincent College and Carlow University. He is the co-author of the nationally best-selling book, When You Wonder You're Learning, Mr. Rogers' Enduring Lessons for Raising Creative, Curious, and Caring Kids. And we are thrilled to have him with us tonight. Please help me in welcoming Mr. Greg Baer.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, President Koval, trustees, faculty, for inviting me to be here with you at Butler County Community College on this beautiful evening in your neighborhood. Graduates, it's a special honor to stand before you. This special place has given you so much more than the diploma or certificate you receive tonight. It has given you the tools to ask big questions, to think critically, and to engage with the world around you meaningfully. This evening, I want to challenge you with something a little more. I want you to consider how wonder and a little bit of wisdom from Western Pennsylvania and America's most beloved neighbor can guide you as you forge ahead in this world. You see, wonder will be your companion to the questions you've nurtured here. Wonder will keep you humble in the face of new discoveries. It will remind you as you age, maybe especially as you age, that there's always more to learn, more to explore, and more ways to grow. It opens you to the magic of discovery. It can also be the antidote to burnout and to feelings that the weight of this world is just too heavy. Wonder invites us to pause, to appreciate, and to reconnect, not only with our own sense of possibility, but also with the world around us. And when invoking wonder in this place, I can't help but think of Western Pennsylvania native Fred Rogers, Mr. Rogers, who through his gentle wisdom shared the most profound lessons about human connection, kindness, and the importance of seeing each other as neighbors. Mr. Rogers, in so very many ways, was an expert on wonder. In his neighborhood, the smallest moments and the simplest gestures were celebrated with awe. Indeed, we, the viewers, you and me, were celebrated with awe. As Mr. Rogers reminded us again and again, I like you just the way you are. And when he told us that, he imparted respect for our questions, our worries, our ideas, and the things about which we wondered. We were worthy in his wondrous neighborhood. And what makes Mr. Rogers' legacy so enduring is the way he brought wonder to the mundane. He didn't try and change our world with grand, sweeping gestures. Rather, he believed that growth came through small, consistent acts of kindness, by recognizing the humanity in others, and by nurturing joy and curiosity. Now, many of you know that Fred Rogers was a humble Western Pennsylvanian who became an icon of American culture as host of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, a children's television program that aired on PBS from 1968 until the year 2001. How many of you grew up watching Mr. Rogers? Quite a few of you. And how many of you, maybe alongside the kids in your life, watched today's animated sequel, Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood? I love the woos. I want you to take just one moment to think about what that experience was like. Think about one word or phrase that comes to mind when you think about Mr. Rogers or Daniel Tiger. You surely remember them for the way they made you feel, accepted, special, safe. And the question that my co-author and I asked was this: how? How did Mr. Rogers do what he did? How did he create those feelings that so many of us feel still today? And as we started poking around for answers to that question, we realized that there was so much more to the Mr. Rogers story. Along the way, we realized that at the heart of Fred's how were lots of people just like you. Let me give you a quick example from Fred's own life, a moment that in many ways made Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood what it later became. At the time, Fred himself was a student, finishing his own studies just like you. He knew he wanted to do good in this world, and in his case, he wanted to make the technology of his day, television, technology that was already attractive to kids, good and constructive for their learning and growing. And it was his teachers who said, well, Fred, if you want to do that, you better study child development too. And that's how Fred Rogers ended up at a place called the Arsenal Family and Children's Center, right here in Western Pennsylvania, in the East End neighborhood of Pittsburgh. And it was at Arsenal that some of the world's most brilliant psychologists and pediatricians and psychologists all happened to be working at the very same time. And one of them was a person who'd later become Fred's mentor, a teacher named Dr. Margaret McFarland. Fred often said that one of the most profound lessons he learned from Dr. McFarland was the Quaker idea that attitudes are caught, not taught. He recalled how Dr. McFarland had once invited a famous sculptor to Arsenal Family and Children's Center. Dr. McFarland said to the sculptor, "I don't want you to teach sculpting. All I want you to do is to love the clay and to love it in front of the children." And that's what he did. He came once a week for a whole term, sat with the 4- and 5-year-olds as they played, and he loved his clay right in front of them. And you know what? It worked. The adults who'd worked at Arsenal for years said that neither before nor since had the children there ever used the clay so imaginatively. By simply delighting in his craft, the sculptor had made children wonder about clay and what they might do with it themselves. And that led Mr. Rogers to the most important insight of his brilliant career. The best teacher in the world, he said, is the one who loves what he or she does and loves it right in front of you. Now, some of you may remember all the amazing teachers we got to meet in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. We met people like cellist Yo-Yo Ma and Chef Julia Child. And Fred never focused on their awards or their accomplishments. Instead, he focused on the joy of picking up a bow and drawing it across the strings, or the joy of picking up a knife and slicing it into ingredients. And it wasn't just those guest teachers who delighted in what they loved to do. How about Handyman Negri? He wasn't just the guy who fixed things in the neighborhood. He was, and still is today, one of the best jazz guitarists on the planet. And how many of you remember Officer Clemens? In addition to keeping us safe in the neighborhood, he was also the neighborhood opera singer. What these teachers did for us was to help us imagine our worlds and our roles in this world differently, in ways big and small. Now, graduates, I want you to think about your own teachers here at BC3. They helped you to imagine possibilities in your own life and your chosen profession differently. And like they asked of you, I too want you to look right inside yourself. Today, and in your many tomorrows ahead, you hold the opportunity to be for your family, for your work colleagues, and for your neighborhood, to be that teacher, the best teacher in the world, loving what you do and loving it in front of others. Because you never know when someone else will notice you being that person, that best teacher. Let me share with you a brief story about my friend Valerie. Today, she's a celebrated university president, but that's not how things began for her. As a young student, Valerie struggled in school. She felt squashed by all sorts of things. But when she began to notice and wonder about the people on her porches in her neighborhood in Charleston, South Carolina, she realized, as she described to us, that these people were a series of books I hadn't yet been reading. For her, a light bulb was illuminated. And as she told us, I could just sit and listen to those conversations happening on the front porches, and when I realized that, that's when I fell deeply in love with learning. For someone, for your own child, a colleague, a neighbor, perhaps a stranger in the hospital bed in front of you, or that neighborhood kid who shows up on your front porch, you just might be that book that they hadn't yet been reading. You see, that's the promise you now represent. You now represent the power of wonder. And this world needs people just like you, who can accomplish and approach the unknown with curiosity and open-mindedness, who can be awestruck by the complexity of our problems and by the beauty of our human potential. As you move forward into careers as nurses, educators, and business leaders, as technologists, designers, or whatever your chosen path might be, you, just like Mr. Rogers, and yet to be sure you, in your own way, can and will inspire wondrous things in yourself and in others. In one of the more than 200 songs he wrote, Mr. Rogers once sang to us, "Did you know when you wonder you're learning? Did you know when you marvel you're learning? About all kinds of wonderful, about all kinds of marvelous, marvelously wonderful things." Graduates, please go do marvelously wonderful things. All of us, all of us, all of us are waiting to witness your B3 brilliance, your personal kindness, and your endless wonder. That's what this neighborhood wants most from you. Congratulations, and thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Mr. Bear, for your wonderful address and for speaking to our graduates. On behalf of Butler County Community College and the graduating class of 2026, we'd like you to please accept this token of our sincere gratitude and appreciation. We appreciate you being so gracious with your time.
We shall now proceed with the conferring of degrees. Candidates for degrees with honors are signified by gold tassels. The gold stoles are worn by members of our honor society, Phi Theta Kappa. The blue stoles are worn by members of our business honor society, Kappa Beta Delta. Will the audience please refrain from applause until all of the diplomas in each category have been granted? Will the candidates for the degree of Associate of Arts please rise? President Koval, these candidates have met all the requirements for their degrees. I am happy to present them to you, and I respectfully request that you confer upon them the degree of Associate of Arts.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees of this college and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Associates of Arts with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto.
Will the Associate of Arts degree graduates please come forward to receive your diplomas? Gina Rhodes. Taylor Volick. Isabella Abrazizi. Okay. Thank you. Janae. Jenna. Yasim. Yasmin. I love that. Jaylee Bomer. Mason Bundy. Taylor Campbell. Mia Caruso. Maxwell Channels. Jillian E. Chapman. Damian Christoph. Kaya Connery. Brooke Chrisman. Kayla Malis. Alex M. Davis. Sarah J. Davis. Zachary Aaron Davis. Thomas Dominic Duran. Paige Marie Duke. Jace M. Edwards. Cassie Flanders. Olivia Caroline Gamber. Emma Jo Geiser. Kayla Gieseler. Ashley M. Gilliland. Autumn Goldstein. Kira Gordon. Oriana J. Green. Noah Hazy. James Lewis Hindell. Tegan Hill. Emily Hillwig. Serena Horstman. Sally Humphrey. Carolina Carner. Morgan Lyons. Francis M. Martin. McKenna Melnick. Amanda Marcus. Savannah Morris. Mark David Morrison. Shaylin Nagel. Allie G. Nixon. McKenna O'Brien. Sydney P. Pape. Blake Pegg. Jocelyn Playstead. Leonardo Priester. Ander James Ray. Chloe Raybuck. Kylie Taylor Remaley. Sydney E. Rogers. Michael John Romanucci. Lydia Cadence Rupp. Tegan Steitner. Caitlin Stewart. Kelsey Stewart. Naziah Grace. Sophia Hansen. Yolande Taylor. Madison Trudgeon. Seth Jacob Windsor. Will the candidates for the degree of Associate of Science please rise? President Koval, these candidates have met all the requirements for their degrees. I am happy to present them to you, and I respectfully request that you confer upon them the degree of Associate of Science.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees of this college and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Associates of Science with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto.
Will the Associate of Science degree graduates please come forward to receive your diplomas? Gabrielle Basic. Ashley Shikoski, Abigail Cornish, Jermaine Cuffey, Ryan DeSantis Jr., Caroline DeCostanza, Dale Ryan Dufford, Destiny Rose Gray, Lily Amelia Hercule, Joseph Carmen Hawk, Katrina Hovanik, Emily Kennedy, Devin Latsko, Colin L. Leadham, Alexander M. Love, Zachary Michael McLean, Mia Lynette Morales Mercader, Ireland Elizabeth O'Donnell, Annabelle L. Reed, Sierra Strickler, will the candidates for the degree of Associate of Applied Science please rise? President Koval, these candidates have met all the requirements for their degrees. I am happy to present them to you, and I respectfully request that you confer upon them the degree of Associate of Applied Science.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees of this college and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Associates of Applied Science with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto.
Will the Associate of Applied Science degree graduates please come forward to receive your diplomas? Marley C. Anders, Molly Faye Andrews, Kadian L. Austin, Aiden Liam Baker Mobley, Emma Louise Barkley, Leah Rebecca Barnes, Logan Kyle Beck, Kristen Lee Beningo, Isabella Marie Bennett, Baden Bittner, Logan Andrew Black. Kara E. Blair. Helena Grace Blakely. Jack Bosa. Caden Buzard. Kayla L. Greenwald. Connor Lee Castile. Noah Coachman. Mary Kate Cornetti. Mackenzie N. Zeck. Eric J. Damko. Elizabeth Ann Doherty. Faith E. Durr. Riley E. Eaton. Crystal M. Eckert. Marilyn Ann Fink. Alexis Juliet Flores. Nicole M. Fox. Angel Dawn France. Bridget M. Golly. Stephanie S. Garcia Perez. Heather Marie Garland. Tammy Elizabeth Gatto. Michaela F. Green. Shaylee Ray Galvis. Paige Hampy. Emma E. Hanaway. Della Lee Harvey. Stephen Hassler. Sadie R. Henderson. Jessie Lynn Hetrick. Vincent Houck. Randy Herta. Crystal Dawn James. Liam D. Caper. Cheyenne R. King. Kirsten Marie Knight. Marley Elizabeth Cullino. Rebecca M. Kuhar. Nicole Francina Ruiz. LaShore. Emma Christine Lee. Mary Elizabeth LaFew. Ella Link. Michaela S. London. Ryan Joseph Lapati. Katie L. Maines. Jacob Marquardt. Chase Matsko. Cameron McAfee. Madeline Rose McCloskey. Allison Leanne McKay. Colin McMillan.
Yeah, thank you.
Tara Lynn Metz. Charles Moore. Isabella Marie Nagel. Carrie Ann Nagel. Ashley Nicole Neal. Angelina Neff. Angela M. Nuss. Andrew Olzak. Libro Anna Bani. Kaylin Paganis. Andrew C. Pegg. Courtney Patrician. Taylor J. Pavetta. Kristen Nicole Potter. Lindsay Marie Ryder. Rhonda Relaford. Alyssa Raylan Riddle. Billy Ann Raleigh Rowe. Helena Gretchen Rollins. Liam Rupp. Wendy Jean Russell. Casey E. Sarver. Samantha Schomburg. Alexa May Schrag. Winter Rose Schobert. Emily Hope Sigmund. Paul Shane Simon. Peyton Marie Slagle. Paige Jean Stafford. Eric Robert Steffler. Trinity Stillwell. Olivia Page Teisch. Belinda Sue Tenari. Mason Cole Tynan. Elaine Kristen Weiss. Joanne Wiley. Seda M. Winters. Gavin Ezekiel Yones. Renee Joe Young. Will the candidates for the certificate or diploma of achievement please rise? President Koval, these candidates have met all the requirements for their diplomas. I am happy to present them to you, and I respectfully request that you confer upon them the certificate or diploma of achievement.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees of this college in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I hereby confer upon you the certificate or diploma of achievement with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto.
Okay, the certificate or diploma of achievement graduates, they have already come forward. Pinapa Ali. Deanna Aries. Jill M. Faust. Brittany Gales. Tina D. Keniston. Abigail M. Lupi. Laura Nicole Marlowe. Caitlin R. Schaefer. Cheyenne Smith. Elizabeth Diana Tracy. Daniel Lynn Traylor.
Good evening, family, friends, staff, and fellow graduates. Being up here looking out at all of you is an incredible honor. We can now say with full pride that we are BC3 alumni. This is an accomplishment every individual in this room should be extremely proud of. Everything you've accomplished in 2 years or however long you've been here will not go unnoticed. The skills you learned here will follow you into your professional life and into your personal life. In 1998, the BC3 Education Foundation presented a ceremonial mace to the college in acknowledgement for the college's 30th commencement. At each yearly commencement ceremony, a student representative of the current graduating class attaches a tassel to the mace, signifying the transition from students to alumni. Continuing in this tradition, the 2026 tassel representing this year's class is being represented by Kayla Malis. Kayla is a graduate of the Business Administration program and was in the Presidential Scholars Program. The attachment of this tassel welcomes us, the class of 2026, as the newest members of the BC3 alumni community. Thank you, Kayla. Established in 1997, the BC3 Alumni Association was created to preserve the history of the college, to improve the college's relationship with alumni and the community, and to advance the mission of BC3. The Alumni Association, working closely with the BC3 Education Foundation, serves the college, the alumni, current students, and the community by offering programs, services, and events that provide professional and social networking, all while enhancing connections to the Butler County Community College. Graduates, today we join the ranks of over 26 proud alumni from BC3, and I encourage each of you to discover the many benefits of joining the Alumni Association. I believe it's important to remember that today is more than just a degree. It's about the journey that brought us here and where we go next. Each of us arrived at this moment on a different path, and each of us carries a story. I may not know you personally, but I've walked the same halls, sat in the same classrooms, and faced some of the same challenges. And I want to be one of the first few people to look at you and tell you how proud I am of each and every one of you. This is not the end, this is truly just the beginning. During my time here, I experienced both loss and growth. I grieved the loss of my brother and my grandfather, but I also built friendships and strengthened my relationship with God. And I found support in this community. The faculty and staff gave their time and care in ways that shaped me far beyond the classroom. If there's one thing I've learned, it's this. It's never too late to change your mind. Discomfort isn't failure. It's often a sign that you're growing. What matters is what you learn from where you have been so that you can find where you're meant to be. And since I've dreamt of this moment, there are a few things I want to mention that I hope you take with you. First, you never know the silent battles people are facing, even the people you're closest to. You'll never walk in my shoes, and I'll never walk in yours. Be kind to others, and most importantly, be kind to yourself. Second, what makes life valuable is that it doesn't last forever. What makes it precious is that it ends. I know that now more than ever. Don't waste the life you've been given trying to live someone else's, or live your life to please other people. You were put in this earth for a reason, so live like it. Congratulations, BC3 alumni in class of 2026. We did it!
Thank you so much, Gina. Tonight we have witnessed and acknowledged those who are well prepared to inherit and to influence the future. On behalf of Butler County Community College, I extend our sincere congratulations to you, the graduates. As we exit the field house, I would like to draw your attention to the following. A reception to honor our 2026 graduates will take place in Founders Hall, and we hope you all join us there. Along the commencement pathway, there are gifts, lots of opportunities for photos, including in front of the college's Conestoga wagon or at one of the commemorative commencement photo booths. Now please stand and join Deanna Golden as we sing our alma mater.